So this is about recruiting, and what we want to do today is talk about all the different things you can do to recruit and all the different things you can do to find people. There are different vehicles you can use to find people. And I want to put it up here in an illustration to show you how it will work if you decide to put the time and the effort and even the money into recruiting for your agency here at the Alliance. So the first thing, let's talk about different vehicles that you can use. The first vehicle I want to write up there is Craigslist. Yes, believe it or not, you can actually run ads on Craigslist, and you can help find people by running a Craigslist ad. So you run that Craigslist ad, we'll call that a fishing line. What's your bait? What's your bait at the bottom of that fishing line? What's the hook? What's going to get the people to respond? Well, I can tell you that they see freedom, they see financial success, they see something that attracts their attention, they're going to bite on it, and they're going to want to give you a call, and you're going to help them. Or they respond to whatever you put on there. When you talk to them, again, what we have is leadership, what we have is freedom, what we have is a financial success system, right? These are the things that you get the people to understand that get them attracted to you. But Craigslist is a definite vehicle that you could be using to find people. By the way, if you want to learn how to run Craigslist ads, you can contact President's Club. They'll show you how to run Craigslist ads. You can go on NAA Base. You can go to NAA University. You can just check out other leaders' Craigslist ads and copy and paste them. Just change the contact information.
They have 4 on NAA University that's already worded for you.
Right, this is what we're about, just copying and using the Craigslist ads. So Craigslist ads are an amazing way to find people across America. Remember, as you're looking at these vehicles, remember this number. Remember, there are 50 million Americans that are out there right now, unemployed or underemployed, that aren't making what they want to make, and they're not living what they want. They're not living where they want to live. They're not eating what they want to eat. They're not wearing what they want to wear, and they need to have a better way of life. So the other way you can do it is you can hire through resumes. If you want to, you can get on a resume program. You can decide to get on a resume seat. NAA has a block of resume seats with Monster where we go ahead and allow you to purchase them if you want to purchase them. And these resume seats will give you the ability to find people that have their resumes posted. Now here's the thing. If you decide to get on resumes, let me give you some little niche secrets. Let me go back and give you some niche secrets about Craigslist. When you're running a Craigslist ad, sometimes what we'll run is military experience a plus, Circuit City experience a plus, retail experience a plus, cell phone industry experience a plus. Andy Albright taught me this. The reason I put that in the title is because people who respond, who have history at Circuit City, who have history in the cell phone industry, who have history in the military, I'm able to have a better dialogue with them. Now I can talk to them about the feel, felt, found method. Oh, really, Luke? Well, I used to be in the Marine Corps. Tell me, when did you get out? I'll tell them when I got out. Why did you get out? I'll tell them why. I understand how you feel. I felt the same way. Let me tell you what I found. Oh, you used to be in the cell phone industry, Virginia. I used to be in the cell phone industry. And you talk to Virginia, and then you tell her that you felt the same way. You understand how she feels, and then tell her what you found. So if you run a Craigslist ad targeting somebody with the same background that you've had, that would be a cool thing. Like Sonny would put restaurant experience a plus. You used to be in the restaurant industry. You're out of the restaurant industry. You know why you're not in the restaurant industry anymore, and you know that you're happy you're here and why you're happy you're here. I understand how you felt. I felt the same way. Let me tell you what I found. I understand how you feel. I felt the same way. Let me tell you how I found. Feel, felt, found. Resumes. Check out this on the resumes. If you decide to invest in resumes, you need to call corporate office and ask corporate office to put you on a resume seat. It's a very affordable seat. You're able to view on the basic seat. You're able to get 150 resumes a day. I believe viewing, or is it 150 viewing and emailing? Correct?
It's 150 actions.
150 actions.
And then I think on the 150 you get 100 pure views.
That's the basic seat.
Yes.
So basically, when you're doing resumes, since you just signed up for a resume seat, let me give you a little tidbit. You can actually put keywords. So what the system does, the system scours every resume in the area you're looking. You can actually put in areas. Like right now, I'm targeting Atlanta, Georgia. You could target Dallas, Texas. You could target any state, any city, and you could pull resumes from that area. But prior to pulling the resumes for that area, you want to bring it down to a better dialing, right? You want to make it more focused approach. So you put a keyword in and you say, insurance experience, life insurance experience, Circuit City experience, United States Marine Corps, military experience, restaurant experience. Again, it's pulling resumes that have that word in them. So now you're talking to Luke and his resume says he used to work in the restaurant industry. Well, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way. Let me tell you what I found. You're pulling a resume, somebody who's been in the insurance industry. That's a good thing. You're already licensed. You can even put that, licensed insurance agent, and get licensed insurance agents. You're targeting it and you're focusing it. So you can take a resume and control what you get, which is pretty awesome, instead of just pulling resumes. Then you got all sorts of backgrounds, and then you want to get somebody you can talk with and have a relationship with on the phone.
I have 4 keys. I have on mine, it's Central Florida, restaurant, health, and military.
There you go.
My 4 keys.
It's a pretty cool thing. You can use those keywords. By the way, some people use keywords that have to do with insurance companies. Knowing that insurance companies have laid people off, or the things about this particular insurance company are used to work for that insurance company. You might have worked for AIL. You might have worked for Bankers. You might have worked for this other company. And you're looking for other people that work there too. By the way, they got their resume online, which means they aren't happy there or they've already left there. And that's a great thing about, I felt the same way. Let me tell you, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way. Let me tell you what I found. This is completely different. It's like day and night different. So you can use those keywords. The third thing that you can do is you can go ahead and, we talked about it earlier, you can use what we call the 80% rule. This is where you're talking to strangers on the street. You're talking to everybody you meet. You're letting them know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. This is just another vehicle to find people, William. Another vehicle, Norman. There's a lot of different vehicles, and we're not done putting them all across the board. But you want to use every vehicle you can. What these are fishing lines. Imagine these are fishing poles. These are fishing poles. The question is, how many fishing poles can you manage? How many fishing poles can you manage? If you ever go to a pier and you've done pier fishing, some people just have one pole and they're using one bait and they're trying to catch their fish to eat tonight. But other people, if you go to a fishing pier, they've got like 18 poles and they've got 18 lines in the water. And somehow, Denver, they're managing every single line. They're working and managing every single line. And when one of them catches a line, one of them catches that snook, it's like all their other rods, they just focus on that snook, and all their other rods are, because that's fishing. You're fishing with multiple lines. So the next thing you can use is you can use ads. Nobody's stopping you from running a paper ad. You can run a paper ad. You can run a magazine ad. That's up to you. Who says you can't run a paper ad? Who says you can't run a magazine ad? Who says you can't do that? There's still paper out there. There's still magazines out there. Some people will go out there and use Facebook. Some people will run an ad on Facebook. And I'm not telling you to get on Facebook and get addicted to it. I'm letting you know that you could just run an ad on Facebook. You could publicize what you're doing on Facebook. I've seen people do it. And I've seen people get attracted to it. And I've seen us hire people from it. You can say something like, going to Banff, Canada this year, all expenses paid, it's going to be awesome. I love what I do. You don't think, what is it you're doing? I'm going to Italy next year. I'm going to see the Colosseum. I'm going to see Vatican. I'm going to see Barcelona, Spain. I'm going to go to the southern tip of France. It is going to be awesome and 100% free. I love the company I'm working with. Who is it you're working with, John? Who is it you're working with, William? What's going on, man? Last I heard, you were with Circuit City. Last I heard, you were selling cell phones. Holy cow. You get their attention. You see what I'm saying? Another thing you can use is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is another way to connect with people you worked with in the past, and another way to attract people to coming on board with you. Another thing you can use, this is a big one, should have been first probably, but warm market. Warm market. You want to make a list. You want to make a list of names, and you want to get that list of names into the hands of your senior business partner, your growing upline at the Alliance. You want to get that list of names in the hands of a President's Club member. They'll help you dial them. They'll help you go to work on them. And you can bring people that you've known from your background on board the team. People that you've lived with, people that you've worked with, people that you've just met. But this is warm market. Warm market. Make a list of names and surround yourself with people that you already know are like-valued and like-minded. So a list of names is another great way to find people. Another great way to find people, just to let you know, is you can also use your ATM to its entirety. Use your ATM to its entirety. The ATM, the Alliance Training Manual, the tool that we go into a home with, where Andy Albright has said, if you haven't done it, you need to take the recruiting page and move it to the front as well as in the back. So when you get done flipping that first page about telling them who the Alliance is, the second page is, oh, by the way, before we go any further, I gotta let you know, Luke, I gotta let you know, Alan, we are looking to hire more people. Yes, Andy Albright wants you to move that recruiting page, so right after you flip who the Alliance is, have the recruiting page right there. And you plant a seed, just like you plant the annuity seed. Before we go any further, I want to let you know, keep a keen eye on what you see me do. Because I'm going to do what we call doing the do, and we're looking for other people that can do the do. We're hiring across America. So you've planted the seed. Now they're keeping a keen eye on how you're doing what you're doing and what you're doing. At the end, you leave the recruiting page there as well, and you just come back and say, by the way, do you know anybody that can do the do? And it could be you. So your ATM is a great way of finding people. By the way, one of the things, I know you're gonna all freak out about this, but hey, it's what I'm doing. And you can do it because you're my junior partner. And there's no reason why you can't share your senior partner's success. I'm giving this away to clients. I'm taking it in with my application kits, and people that are interested, people that I think would be good at this and that are interested, I give them one of these. And I say, this is my wife and I. We've been with this company for 7 years, and our story's in here, and we've been able to accomplish. And I've been told this is a very inspirational story. There's nothing wrong with you doing the same thing. By the way, you got to buy some because they cost me money. It costs you to just take all mine. But I'm giving away to my clients. It's kind of a cool thing. So anything that can jolt them, and if they don't want to do it, they can pass it on to somebody else. By the way, the other thing I'm doing at the ATM, I've told people is I'm leaving like 10 business cards behind. I'm going through business cards like water. I'm not just leaving the business cards behind to say anybody you know that might need life insurance, anybody you know that you know you really love and you want to see get protected with the best rates in America, but I'm also saying I'm hiring anywhere across the country. The back of my cards give people the website to go to and check us out. So of course you get your names, of course you do it the traditional way, this way, this is the last thing you can do. Just leave seeds, leave seeds. Even if they get blown away into the backyard, one day they might take root somewhere, right? Just leave seeds. By the way, if you want to leave free seeds, you can use Mutual of Omaha postcards. Mutual of Omaha allows you to order postcards. So you can use free seeds if you don't want to buy your own business cards. You can leave these behind that have information on them about you and the fact that you're hiring if you want to stamp that on there. It's a pretty cool deal. Another thing that we use what we call the ABTF recruiting system. If you haven't heard of this, this is off the chart. You can call up ABTF, you can call up Robbie Kraft or Chris Hill tomorrow in corporate office, and you can tell them that you want to be on their recruiting program. This is amazing. I'm on it right now, and it's working out well, and I'm very excited about it. See, basically, I have hired a professional recruiter that's been trained by Andy Albright, and I'm buying interviews that they've set up for me for $5 a piece. $5 a piece. So I get 10 interviews a week for $50. I can get 20 interviews a week for $100. Half of them are guaranteed to be licensed insurance agents. The other half may not be licensed insurance agents. They'll go and find people in the area you're looking to grow. They'll do the pre-screen for you. They'll do the first interview for you. You're getting a hot interview to do next. And you can get on or off the program at will. You're not committed to a contract. But you can get these for $5 a piece. I'm on 10 right now a week, and I'm going to bump them to 20 because I had good success today. So this is a thing you can do. So all these are the things that you can do. And there's probably more. Let me see right here, my little cheat card. What else do we have? I mean, there's so many. You can do Indeed. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Indeed. Indeed's like Craigslist. You can run an ad on Indeed, and you can find people with Indeed. But these are a bunch of different vehicles. You can use a car decal or a car magnet. Nobody says you can't put a car decal on the side of your car or a car magnet that says agents wanted, agents needed. What's wrong with that? Your car passes 100 people a day, right? So all these things are ways that you can find people. So the question is this, okay? We're going to use 2 different color markers. Green will be money, and blue will be time. Here's the question. Here's the question, Blake. I've just shown you a bunch of vehicles to find people out of that 50 million. There's a bunch of different vehicles that you can use to find people out of that 50 million. And prior to this, we showed you the value of finding people like Denver. We've showed you the value of finding people that are hungry to learn what we do. It's an insane value, right? So now you have all these different ways. But the question is, how many different fishing rods are you going to decide to use, Lou? How many different fishing rods are you going to decide to use, Norman? That's the first question. How many of those fishing rods are you going to throw over into the water and hope you'll catch a fish? Well, here's the thing. You have to decide. The blue, we said, is time. How much time are you going to give it? How much time are you going to give it? Are you going to give it 3 hours a week? Are you going to give it 5 hours a week? Are you going to give it 6 hours a week? Are you going to give it 10 hours a week? It depends on how much time you give it, right? Some people, Blake, will give recruiting an hour a week. We already heard testimonies up front coming back from convention. Prior to convention, they were giving it no time a week. But then they saw the light, and they saw the value, and they see how it helps people, and they said they're going to make a schedule change. They're going to make a commitment change, and they're going to add recruiting to their week, knowing they can still out there and sell and help families with the products. But the question is, how much time will Virginia give this effort? How much will she give this mission to help find people to join her team? Time is an important factor in recruiting. How much time will you put into your schedule to find people? The more time you give it, I believe the better results you're going to have. Now, the other one is green, which is money. Well, just to let you know, some Craigslist ads cost money. Resumes cost money. You can get a car decal for cents. Paper ads cost money. This costs money. Indeed might cost you a little bit of money, but the rest of it's free. But if you want to have every fishing line, you got to make a decision. Do you want to spend money on Craigslist? Do you want to spend money on resumes? Do you want to spend money on a car decal one time or a car magnet? Do you want to spend money on paper ads or magazine ads? Do you want to spend money on the ABTF program I just told you about? Well, let's see the difference. So now you've got a person up here putting all that time and all those fishing lines, but now you got a person who's willing to invest money. You got a person who's willing to invest money. He's willing to invest money, or she's willing to invest money. Now they're investing money and time, and they got all these fishing lines in the water. So, we're out there fishing. No different than the disciples were fishing. They were fishing for men and women to follow their cause. We're fishing for men and women to follow our cause. No different. But what does this look like to you, anybody? What does this look like to you? If you're fishing, what does it look like?
A net.
It's a net. It's a net. You can catch more fish with a net than you can with a single fishing line. So I'm asking you to build your net. I'm asking you to get a net. She's out there. She'll be a great valued agent as well. And that's awesome. I have a net up in Georgia. No, you want to build a net. You want to have a net like this and find some of those 50 million people. Imagine the net catches you, we talked about it. Imagine the net catches you 10. Imagine the net catches you 15. Imagine it catches you 20. Imagine it catches you 90. Who knows how many you're going to catch? Okay. Before we end it, I got to tell you this. So the net's done its job. Your efforts and your time and your money's done its job. It's helped you catch fish. It's helped you catch hungry people looking for a better way of life. You got to understand this. Not every one of them is going to be able to come on our ship. Not every one of them is going to be able to be a part of our team. No different than real fishing. If you catch something too small, throw it back. You catch something too big, throw it back. You catch something you're not allowed to have during the season, throw it back. There are laws and there are rules. And if you break those laws and rules, you'll lose your fishing license. The same thing in the insurance industry. I can't bring somebody on board with bad ethics and integrity. I can't bring somebody on board who has poor credit history, really bad. I can't bring somebody on board who has a criminal past, felonies. You got to be careful about who you bring on board. Plus, you don't want to bring on energy vampires. You don't want to bring on bloodsuckers. You want to bring on people that you want to work with, right? So not every person you find and catch can be brought on board. So you have to be selective in your process. I said it earlier, if this was for everybody and anybody, and everybody could do it, I wouldn't be doing it. It's for a select few people that have ethics and integrity and character and are willing to do and do the things we ask them to do. Nobody's telling anybody to do anything. We're guiding them and we're mentoring them. But you have to make sure that you find the people that you know will be a good fit for your team. Now check this out. Here's one thing that I'd like to do, and I love to do. So I find the person that I think will be a good fit for my team, but now I give them an opportunity to examine the team, to explore the team, and to see our dream. And they have a choice to jump back overboard and go back into the water. It's up to them. I'm not going to try to keep them there by force. I'm not going to try to keep them there. You see what I'm saying? So once you find somebody and you fall in love with them, you still have to get them to fall in love with you. Are you going to hide anything? Are you going to disguise anything? Why would you do that? They're going to find it out for real anyhow down the road. So expose them to us. Expose them to those closed doors. There are no closed doors, so open them. Bring them to a hot spot. Get them on a conference call. Let them hear Andy Albright on the TWC. Let them hear Andy Albright on an activity call. Get them on these conference calls. Get them on these webinars. Get them onto a carrier site. Show them your paychecks. Show them your deposits. What's there to hide? They're going to find it anyhow. I'd rather them know now than later. Let them know what we've got. And either they like it or they don't. Let them know our core values. Let them know what we stand for. Because here's the thing, Virginia. We love everybody. And like I said, we'll give anybody an opportunity who has good ethics and integrity and character. But you'll find that not everybody loves us. Not everybody loves us. Some people, because of our dreaming, some people because of our succeeding, some people because of our faith, some people because of our system are repulsed. And they don't want to be a part of it. And that's fine. We want people that are like-minded and like-valued and want to be on this team. So let them see what we're about, let them see who we are, and there's ways of doing that. And then if they say, yes, I'm glad you caught me, now you got me. And you go out there and work with them and help them be successful in the industry. Anybody got any questions, any comments, any concerns? You can go ahead and turn that off. Thank you for tuning in tonight.